Welcome to the highlight show for Ultimate Pool, the Masters Week 28. Christophe Lambert, the Frenchman, is the only Ultimate Pool professional in this group. He'll be taking on Richard Jones in the first match. Tom Jones has just won a Challenger Series in fine style. He'll take on David Thompson in our second match. Let's get straight into the action then. It is Christophe Lambert versus Richard Jones. An incredible start to this match, 6 straight break clearances, and Christophe Lambert has the break in frame 7. Will Coldwell joins myself, Simon Webb, on commentary.
Makes a ball, and
it's pretty good. It's not brilliant. It's not brilliant. Yellows look like they're the choice, but he's got problems.
yeah, he's got work to do on either set. Yellows look the obvious choice here. He's going to have to try and break this one out of the top of the table straight away. Does go to the top right pocket, but he's got to get on it.
He could probably manipulate the pocket a little bit here. Depends, hard to say without getting right behind it. And then there's the one in the bottom left-hand corner that he's going to be bridging over now. That just needs good position onto it as well.
So
yeah, that's okay. He can stun across the break line now. And he doesn't want to get straight on that yellow that he's looking at. He wants angle so he can come down the table. Even coming down the left-hand side of the table would be perfect because he wants to play the one underneath his body into the bottom right.
that's a lovely shot. Maybe would have liked a little bit more angle.
Yeah, I think so. I think he half quit on that shot, you know. I think if he wants to be a ball lower than where he is now, and then it's natural just to drift down just below the left-hand centre pocket, he might still be able to just about do that. Hard to tell without getting right behind the shot. The fact that he's looking at that yellow potentially into the middle pocket tells us maybe he can't.
Recovered well. Still got work to do.
But you can see what we were talking about, because if he had that shade more angle on that last shot and could have got the other side of the yellow, straight in bottom right, he's pretty much frame over.
Yeah.
Now he's still got to play that one positional shot to get on to where he is, the last ball, the one he's queuing over. Well, this looks nice. Pace control. Doesn't have to do anything funky with the angle. It's just a pace control shot. Won't want to come up short. It'll make getting on the 8 ball very tricky indeed. Wants to get past the straight. He's going to be short. He is in trouble.
And if he's touching this as well, he can't even play off it and try and back double it. So is Christophe going to be the first man to blink?
Certainly looks like it, unless he comes up with something big here. Well, he can get to it off one cushion, the cushion he's nearest to, so he's a chance to make this, but it's a big shot required.
Oh, he's got it!
Wow. What a shot.
Fantastic.
A little bit of luck to come off the red, but it's still a great shot. And he did look at it in the middle pocket as well. He looked at it in the middle, looked at it in the corner. In the end, he's gone for the middle. Excellent shot.
Yeah,
needs one more.
Yeah. Big 8 ball. Brilliant.
That really is. Was in a world of trouble there, and that one would have teased Richard Jones as well. Very impressive from Christophe Lambert. Got himself out of trouble. Little flick on the red helped him. It was in without the flick on the red. I actually thought the flick on the red was going to hurt him. But it goes in off the... I think if it without the red, it goes in off the other side of the jaw. But either way, he'll take it.
Yeah, one for the highlight reel.
Another hammer. Another hammer, and it's not bad. Not bad at all. possibly one Maybe 2 reds just to solve. The 2 on the right-hand side. It will be reds. Had an angle to maybe solve it straight away. Hasn't quite, but... Well, if he can find the next pot, it's not too bad, because the red that he's moved goes to the top right now, and if he can get straight on it, he can connect to the other one, to the opposite corner. Question is, what does he have next? May even have a double. Double's tight from the overhead. No. Looking at one to the bottom corner. Depends on the angle here. He might be able to float this one in and actually play short position on the one that is most awkward. No, he's going to screw it. It's like Grimace. Doesn't have a great angle here. And he's close to the cushion. Remember, he needs to get back in 2 shots' time, close to straight on the one on the right-hand cushion. Is he trying to get there now? He is. Needs this to go.
The pressure just mounts every single frame.
What does he do now? Does he play it low to left-hand side and try and get that cannon on the red? Does he slide across the table and try and play short position off the one on the left-hand side? It's the latter. Straight is no good. Straight means he's only got a double. Not the end of the world, but angle would have allowed him to get position on this red, but looks like he's going to have to settle for the double. And we've talked about Richard playing in this environment for the first time. He's had his time on the table, but this table in particular, getting used to the way the cushions play. Sometimes they straighten up, sometimes they slide, depending on the angles you've got. Sort of doubles can really catch you out first time playing in this environment, and that adds to the pressure of this shot.
Straight in the heart of the pocket.
Beautiful.
Well, what are we being treated to here, Simon, so far?
This is incredible.
This is just insane.
4-4. Fantastic. Both players have made 4 break clearances, and both players have had to dig themselves out on the 4th one as well.
The break clearances came to an end in the 9th frame. A dry break from Christophe Lambert let Richard Jones in for a reverse clearance. We join Christophe Lambert now halfway through frame 10.
Yeah, I quite like the idea of not chasing there from Christophe. He's taking a little bit of a gamble because it's not beyond the realms of possibility for Richard. I think Christophe would have loved to get that cue ball just welded to that red to not leave anything on up the table, but hasn't quite managed it. Interesting to ask Christophe right now whether they'd like to see Richard go for these, because the way he's played so far, you feel like he might get them, but I don't think he is going to go. It's just a little snooker safety coming up, which does 2 things. It separates those 2 reds together at the top, and hopefully, from Richard's perspective, keeps Christophe at arm's length. But that may not be the best shot he's ever played. Giving away cue ball in hand is not good. Reminder, you have to hit a cushion after contact. Cue ball didn't reach, red didn't reach. Wasn't a good shot that he didn't leave the snooker either. But not reaching a cushion may well cost him this frame.
Yeah, so Christophe going game straight away.
A little bit surprised he didn't stop that dead. Take yellow bottom right next, then the plant. But I guess he's thinking play the plant and come back up for that one, because the plant's a little bit off angle.
Yeah, well, he could potentially not leave himself a shot here.
Yeah,
I don't care, but
I didn't realise that slid in past the other yellow so easily, so that did make it a lot easier to go. That I'm even more surprised now that he didn't leave himself where he is now on the previous shot. Question on that last yellow. Goes bottom left, not easy to get on it to a bottom left, so does he, is there enough room to go top left? Probably is, then it's less of a problem.
Yeah, I think he can just stun out here for yellow to the top left. Choice of pockets for the 8-ball.
Could have done with another roll.
Yeah, would have liked to have been a bit better on this.
Has to play into the 8-ball this time, so he's got control of the cannon. The pot's still on. Just be careful not to knock the 8-ball awkward. Sometimes when this happens, you focus on the cannon and take your eye off the pot.
Yeah, Christophe just taking his extension.
Big shot in the match, this one. Very nice. Thin clip into the right centre, but he'd be happy with what he's been left. I think he's just about thick enough. He could get into this and make sure the cue ball's nowhere near the in-off. Yeah, absolutely right. Lovely finish from Christophe Lambert. Ties the scores up once again. Oh, it's another dry one. It's another dry break from Christophe Lambert. This one won't be tactical, certainly. Richard will take this on first visit, and he'll expect to get them the way he's gone tonight, because these all go fairly comfortably as well. Key shot on the clearance right now. Just has to be careful when he plays this little cannon on the red. Doesn't want to send the red on top of the yellow or block the yellow on the top cushion. Doesn't want to block the one on the top cushion, which is exactly what he's done. A dangerous shot. And Christophe reaches for his cue. He's now expecting to get back to the table in this frame. That was a poor one from Richard. to say, first real mistake in terms of going for a clearance. Obviously the tactical error in the previous frame from Richard, but a clearance he will have expected to make. That loose cannon, and it should cost him a frame. And Christophe running through these. And Christophe Lambert gets himself back in front, punishes a mistake from Richard Jones.
A reverse clearance and break clearance brought an end to a high-quality match. Christophe Lambert running out an 8-5 victor. On to our second match, Tom Jones taking on David Thompson. David won the opening 2 frames with good finishes. Tom responded by winning the next 2, and he has the break in frame 5.
He's made a ball, but there's work here.
He's just made it.
I'm surprised he's played that shot that way, actually, because the reds in the top half of the table weren't too bad, because the 2 reds that are together, the left-hand one goes in the top left, and the other one would go top right or would play as a plant. Obviously, he's now put a yellow in the way. It was only the red on the left-hand side at the bottom that was slightly a problem, and may have just caused himself a little bit more of a headache by that, the way he played that shot.
Yeah, he's not afraid to have a go, is he? It doesn't look like he's got... He might just have the angle here to maybe nick it into the yellow and move the yellow, but he's not potentially going to have no shot here.
I wonder if he could straighten up the double. I think he's a little bit too low to do that. You'd have to really straighten it too much, because I was thinking then he could control himself up the table, but he's going to leave the one at the bottom alone.
Is a potential play this off the yellows and open up the pocket?
I think it just goes. I think it just goes. Top it through. Does he have the angle to do that? He's gearing up for something. Yeah, now he's playing this one off the yellow. Okay, I don't mind that at all. Good angle to get back down for the double as well. He's a long way short of the cue ball. Long way. Got the line wrong, because if it continues, he goes into the red. He wanted to be, well, when you look at the overhead, somewhere near that line, somewhere near the sort of top of the triangle area. Got his line wrong, got into it too much. I think he's playing the treble, high tariff.
Could go off the yellow.
Of course.
Could be the world of pain here now, though.
Yeah, it's interesting to see him play the treble, because the treble was a huge part of his success in his clearance to win the Challenger Series, but this time it doesn't land and could well cost him the frame, should well cost him the frame. An interesting one, though, for me, because tactically, David Thompson's got to get this right. Oh, what a shot.
What a shot.
And he's going to have a shot at the 8 ball. Shake of the head, but he can see the 8 ball, he can pot it. It's just not easy. Oh, what a shot. He's had to bend that round the yellow. I thought he could see the potting angle. He could not. He had to arc that round. What an out from Tom Jones.
Absolutely brilliant from Tom Jones. From nowhere, really, as well. He's finally turned up tonight.
Yeah, look at these for 2 shots. And at this point, I think David's probably not too disappointed, because he's thinking, okay, I needed that red off the table. You've done a job for me. But then when he arcs this round, look what he's doing on the cue ball here. Watch the spots. He is bending this round the yellow to get to the potting angle. Brilliant. He could just about see the 8-ball, but it was only the very thinnest edge he could see.
The next 2 frames were shared. David Thompson is now breaking 4-3 behind.
And Christophe rounded things off with a break clearance. Really high quality match. And well, maybe this match has just found a gear. It's another crunching break from David Thompson this time, and chance for him to get his second break clearance.
Yeah, match has just sort of turned on its head, really. David started off really, really well into a 2-0 lead. Match has sort of just, like I said, just turned on its head, and David gonna need to find a finish to keep up with Tom, who's sort of stepped it up a little gear in the last couple of frames. Nice opportunity here though on yellows to get back on level pegging. Gonna need to work out this yellow on the left-hand side by the reds. Oh, I think he's tried to get on it there and took his eye off the pot. So just starting to unravel a little bit for David.
Too many of them in the match for him, really. Too many simple errors. That will really annoy him. Mistakes he's made haven't been great ones. It wasn't a great that yellow you mentioned. It was really awkward, because even if you get on it, it's still then really tough. It's going to be a very thin clip with very little control of the cue ball. Never ideal.
No, he was always struggling on that one.
And it should cost him the frames. As you say, that break clearance from Tom just felt like he's ready to sort of step up and start playing some better pool. And you do get the sense whichever player can find their best form here could start to pull away. And right now that looks like it could be Tom. Although he's a little awkward here.
Yeah, just had to reroute here. Doesn't want to hit, I can say, doesn't want to hit the yellow when he has. So potentially a reprieve for David here. It's going to be mighty thin on this red. Can still pot it, but cue ball's going to be doing some mileage. Yeah, it was tough. So second bite of the cherry for David. Would have liked to have left this a little bit easier. We're bridging over the red. Shouldn't cause him a problem. Just float the cue ball down centre of the table. Leave himself a choice. Could even just drop it in delicately and leave the yellow over the middle. Just got to be careful here, because he's the wrong side of the yellow, and the yellows don't pass down past the red, so he's going to have to come around the angles, and he's not going to have a shot. And just like that, it can run away from you.
I didn't like that choice of shot, and I know that's saying it in hindsight, but if he takes the yellow nearest the bottom right-hand corner first, it's a simple stun shot across the face of the other yellow with the perfect angle to play on the one at the top, and the one at the top connects to the 8-ball just really nicely. So for me, I know his original plan was to go the way he's gone, but when you finish off angle, you don't have to stay with your original plan, and I just think the other route was a more controlled way with no traffic and no problems, really. It just 4 simple shots.
Yeah, absolutely, and it all started when he left himself bridging over the yellow. Just such a simple error that, you know, yes, he's okay, he's still got a shot, but it just made the clearance all that much more harder for him. And if you're going to keep gifting Tom these chances, he will take them.
I think if Tom can put this frame on the board, which looks likely now, I'm not sure he'll believe that he's 2 frames clear with the level of mistakes he's made in the match as well. Other than the 1 break clearance, he's made mistakes in every single frame in this match that he's got to the table, and yet he's still won 5 of them.
Tom Jones won the next 2 frames as well, and is now breaking off 1 frame away from victory.
He's going to need a favour from Tom. Well, how does the cue ball stay on the table there? But unless the ball goes in, he's going to be dry, and these yellows look absolutely lovely.
Yeah, assuming he's on the first yellow, which I think he is. Looks tight, but I think he is on one to the right centre.
I think he's got a plant even if he's not.
Yeah.
And he's okay, just had to swerve it a little bit.
Well, he can let his cue arm go here, really loosen up and just let it happen.
Yeah, he's got nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah, an American pull, they call it the loser's stroke. He's in his own mind, he probably thinks he's done here. Then sometimes you just free up. Well, spoke too soon. Expected him to get out there.
Yeah, and Tom got an angle straight away to go into these problem reds. All right, still got work to do with this yellow over the top right pocket. It's not even, in fact, he's not even gonna go for it. He's just gonna let David bury himself, I think. Okay, he's hit the yellow, but chance here for Tom now.
Yeah, that red towards the top right-hand corner there, that is tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah, he's going to have to find an angle, isn't he, to do something with it. He's going to decide to go for it here. Which, knowing Tom Jones, oh, well, if he misses that, it would have been a lovely shot.
It just didn't look on. That yellow in the middle just looked in the way the whole way.
He can... still got a few reds left on the table here that he can...
That's nice. He's left himself loads of angle on purpose. Now he can play it. The plant and come across the table. Oh, he overhit it.
Doesn't want this red to go in either. Oh, now all of a sudden David's back in favour for the frame, I would say, from here.
Just overhit that previous one. It throws the cue ball wider. Just needed a...
chop this red in, and I think he's going to come up and down the table, is he? No.
Straight is no good.
Well, we've seen it tonight already from Tom. What else have you got for us here? He had a good go. But, yeah, unless he's got some crazy double for us.
Not sure that's even possible.
No, he's
What can he do? Middle.
Well, David, 4.5 minutes, 4 frames behind. You're going to have to do something special here, but never rule it out. Crazier things have happened on this ultimate pool table.
Left himself straight, which he didn't want.
Just stand it dead, leave it where it is. Cue ball's going to be running, but this is where you need to be playing stop shots. Every second counts at this point of the match. Well, it's just at this point. I think he knows he's done and rushing.
He'll be so disappointed with the performance he's put on, but it isn't easy out there.
No, so 1 big red from Tom to finish this match.
Oh, gone for the double.
Well, I think he's going to get it as well. No.
Wow.
Oh my
no.
goodness me.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I think he might be even offering the handshake. He's not done.
Yeah, David Thompson has checked out of this match.
Yeah.
In truth, he checked out of this match a couple of frames ago. To be fair to Tom Jones, he played nowhere near the level he can play at, but he did elevate himself just that little bit more towards the back end.
On to our group final, Christophe Lambert versus Tom Jones. The opening 4 frames were shared. We join Christophe with the break in frame 5.
Great control of that cue ball again. And just a lovely break that's just gone awkward on the final roll. Watch the red and yellow that come and rest at the top of the table. And he saw it straight away. He was tracking this yellow the whole way. If that yellow stops at any point short of the red, he's thinking this is as easy a clearance as you're ever going to see. It rolls that extra roll further, and all of a sudden this is a tough layout for him. Because not only does he have to deal with that yellow, he doesn't have an opener, or not an easy opener. I think he is going to take yellows, and I think he's going to take this one to the bottom right-hand corner. Depends what exactly his angle is. If the natural takes him towards the left-hand middle pocket, it's a good place to be after the first shot. Yeah, it was taking him on the right line, but in perhaps wanting to get right the way across the left-hand side, he's just missed it on that side. If he makes centre pocket, he's probably a good 6 inches further to the right, and then the developing shot that Tom's about to play becomes much trickier. Disappointing from Christophe.
Is Tom going to land okay? Well, he's got a shot. Possibly play this as a double. Does cut back to the centre pocket. May choose to play that. He's going to run around the back of the red, but not easy.
Yeah, the double's controllable, isn't it? Oh, that's not how he played it, but he'll take it. Raise of the hand. In screwing it, it straightened it up way more than he's expecting, and we talked about that in the previous match, or the first match of the night. But we talk about this table sliding a lot, but there's times when you play a shot like that and it just straightens way more than you could ever imagine.
Well, he's holding his hand up, but he'll be absolutely delighted with this outcome.
Yeah, he's not sorry. He's just acknowledging a fluke.
So, not over the line just yet. One more good pot, and you'd expect him to. Yeah, just as I say, that commentator's curse. It was that yellow was trickier than it looked. That was frame ball, and he knew it.
He wasn't missing those though at the Challenger Series in Blackpool. They were all flying in.
No, bit of a different atmosphere in here tonight. Obviously, packed house in Blackpool, well over 100 people in the crowd watching, and obviously a little bit quieter tonight. And sometimes that can be massive for a player. You know, a player such as Tom has been involved in a lot of challenge matches over the years, and probably thrives off that sort of atmosphere. There's Christophe, his snooker background. Maybe he prefers a little bit more peace and quiet. So that's a big swing frame, this. Especially on Christophe's break.
Yeah, and on the back of Christophe making an error. It's not as though that was a dry break that he was going to punish. It was a mistake from Christophe, a first real bad missed pot. It wasn't an easy pot, but he's missed so very little tonight.
Yeah.
A missed treble and a missed combination shot is all he'd missed before.
Yeah, I was
that
just
shot.
saying, Simon, you're selling me down the river there. That missed treble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've called it, so it's gone on the stat sheet.
Yeah, I'm harsh. It's staying there. But no, he's not missed many tonight, has he, Christophe? And he's just let this
just a
come
deceleration.
away from him. You'd still fancy him to get this, but he's just made it a little bit more awkward. This is missable.
Yeah, I always worry about what the natural is here. He can't do huge amount on the cue ball. Don't think it's a problem, but will it track close to that top right-hand corner?
Yeah, potential. He might have to play this with a bit of a side.
And that makes it all the more missable. I think the natural's just about okay. We'll know in a second.
It's not there. So, a few words of inspiration from Tom's followers in the crowd. Big frame. The context of this match. Oh, what's he played here?
Oh, this frame's now feels huge. monumental.
I think the nerves are just getting to the two of them. Bit of an edgy frame, this.
What does he do? Does he continue? He can jab this in the middle and keep going.
This is,
I mean,
it's tough.
there's no good safety, so you might as well, because you have to hit a cushion after contact. It's not as though you can just roll up to the yellow there.
Yeah,
But
well,
this now is, because if he wants to get nicely on the 8-ball, he has to take this long. This is now a tough pot. This is just all about cueing and belief.
oh, he's gone for the middle.
I didn't see that shot for me. Okay, he might make this double, but you're kind of hoping to land nicely in the bottom half of the table. He probably couldn't have landed much better, to be honest with you. But is this double harder or easier than the pot to the top left-hand corner?
Oh, I thought he was going to sneak the treble, but
He certainly didn't play the treble.
no,
and
he didn't.
Once again, the table catching him out. That straightened up so much more than he can believe.
Yeah, he's furious with himself. I think he knows he played the wrong shot there. But it's all right us saying it in the commentary box, Simon. You play what you see, and you know he obviously felt that was the more comfortable shot.
Christophe Lambert won the next 2 frames as well. Tom Jones is now breaking 3 frames behind.
Just to highlight that, controls the cue ball beautifully, lovely power. Well, here we go, Tom. These are laid out about as nice as you could ever wish for them.
Just didn't quite see where that cue ball ended up then. Yeah, it looks okay.
Yeah, if he can just pace control this one to be on the one at the top of the table. Just pull up now, pull up now. If he's drifted a roll too far, he'll be frustrated because he wanted this one before the one over the pocket. I mean, yeah, overhead looks like, main camera looks like he's on it.
Yeah, it looks okay.
Yeah, and now there's no real work to do here. Just got to make sure when you play, so he's going to go right centre now. When you play the one over the top right-hand corner, you just don't allow that red in the middle of the table to play big. That's what he's looking at now. What angle does he want to leave? Does he want to bring it back? Does he want to roll it through? What angle gives him the best chance? And
Yeah, this frame feels like the match for me because if he doesn't get out here, it's such a long way back. They're all there for Christophe if he doesn't get out. He's played it well. Again, just doesn't want this red in between the yellow and the 8-ball to come into play. If he can just sort of nudge onto it and knock it out of the way, looks like he's gonna take that out of the equation, though. And he's got away with one there.
Yeah.
If we're honest, I think anything could have happened there. But listen, 5-2 down, he'll take it. So huge break for Christophe coming up. And he's going to go dry unless this red's going to be dropping, and it doesn't.
He's begging for it too, and look at the way they've come out though.
Yeah.
It's dry, and it is an absolutely stunning layout for Tom Jones.
Well,
this one should not take him long at all.
No, and they don't come any better than this, Tom. Massive opportunity to get back in within one. And like you said, Simon, for all the chances that Tom's had in this match, he actually could be home and clear by now.
Yeah, well, it's 8 frames. He's had at least one chance in all 8 frames. In a few frames, he's had multiple chances and not one. Frustration for Christophe having to sit and watch this. He will have felt building that 3-frame advantage, especially the way he's got 3 frames in front, even though he wasn't playing his best. But maybe he'd broken the back of the match. All he's done since is sit and watch, and every chance. We're back within 1 right now. Very impressive. Yes, they're there, but to mentally stay in it, to go break clearance, reverse clearance, to get back within one.
Another break clearance from Tom in the next made it all square. Christophe Lambert had one of his own in the following frame before Tom tied the scores up once again. Christophe now has the break at 6-6. 3 minutes 20 left on the match clock.
Hits him like a dream once again. Deserves a ball.
He's going to get one.
And he gets one. And look at this for a chance.
Yellow's a little bit awkward though on the two on the left-hand side.
First thought was reds, but if he goes reds, it is a big, huge first shot, isn't it? It's such a tough ball going reds, but if he makes the red, he'd win the frame, you'd feel. Goes yellows, he's working hard. I can only assume the yellow does go right centre. Maybe it doesn't. He's got an angle to come down the right-hand side of the table to deal with that ball. Reds was such a better layout here.
Yeah, I think Christophe knows as well that these have to go because these reds look lovely.
Yeah, the fact that he's gone this way, it tells me that yellow does go into the right centre pocket. Doesn't look like there's much room, but I think it drops in. Oh, hit the wrong ball.
Wow. He's got away with it though, I think. But is there a 3-ball plant here?
Did he miscue that?
I'm not sure. I think he thought he had more room than he did. It'd be interesting to see that one again, but I think there's a 3-ball plant here. This is a huge shot. This is match winner potential here, right here. Can he find?
Oh, he's trying to get to the 2. I think he's trying to swerve it round, but
he can see it.
Make your mind up, Tom.
No,
is he going to get a touch here as well?
He might do, you know. That red might have just bumped into the way. I think he's got away with it.
Yeah, let's have a look at Christophe's mistake here. Yeah, I think... Yeah, he just thought he could get through to it, and he just couldn't. It was tight. And this is now a massive shot for Christophe. This has to go.
Oh,
what a shot. What a shot. That is shot of the night, and we have seen some special ones, but under that pressure, if that doesn't go in, he loses the frame and he loses the match. Now he's given himself a chance to do the same and win this match. Wow, what a pot. It's still not easy, though, because the positional shot onto the 8-ball is going to be tough.
Not sure how much of this centre pocket he's got with this yellow either. I think it does go, but...
He needs to be absolutely straight on it because he's got to screw it back. And I don't know if he is. I think this is a terrible angle. I think he's going to have to screw back to the left-hand side, somewhere near the middle pocket, and make a tough 8-ball. And he will be leaving enough time for a counter clearance, but only just.
Oh, he's nicked the pocket.
Oh, that's a great shot. Just pinched it just enough. Still needs to make this 8-ball, but he's better on it than I thought he could be. And Christophe Lambert, with 30 seconds left on the clock, goes 1 frame in front, and he breathes a big sigh of relief. Needed 2 opportunities there. He got very fortunate when he missed that pot not to leave anything easy on for Tom. But Christophe Lambert is close. There is still golden breaks in play. There is still the potential for a break clearance from Tom Jones to take us to a 6-red shootout. It would require somewhere near the world record for him to do that.
Yeah, what a yellow this was from Christophe Lambert. Have a look at this.
It's one of the best shots in the tournament for me. It really is. Look at the reds there. If he doesn't make that pot, he knows he's losing the match because he doesn't get the break in the next frame. He knows if that doesn't go, he's out. What a shot.
Well,
come on then, Tom. You've given yourself a chance, and look how these have come out. Oh, I like yellows. Oh, I liked yellows there. That red at the top's tough. I know it's 1 less shot on reds, but these are awkward.
Oh, he's on it as well.
What a match, what an effort from Tom Jones. Brilliant performance from Tom to push Christophe so hard. He had his chances, especially early on in the match, and he wasn't able to take them. But Christophe came up very big there at the end. That pot was seriously special.
It's Christophe Lambert, the French superstar, that makes it through to the second stage of the Masters. 2 high-quality performances from him. If you'd like to watch this whole night back, you can on ultimatepool.tv. Or if you are looking forward to next week, then this is the lineup we have for you. Jimmy Croxton, Craig Dixon, John McAllister and Phil Parkin is a high-quality lineup. 3 Ultimate Pool professionals in the group for Ultimate Pool, the Masters, Week 29.